This is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovator. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now. December 4th in Florida, Cosmic Alignment with Billy Carson alongside Ellison Nedra. And don't forget, King Simon with Dina Divine. And don't forget the one and only Joshua Sarah, all happening in Florida. Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator for tickets. Yes. What up? Broadcasting on two distinct places. And I'm happy to know, let me see if I can come on my YouTube also. You know, it is what it is. Hope everybody's feeling well. Your brother is in the building. And like I said, I'm broadcasting on my other apparatus called Numbers Are Simple with King Simon on YouTube. Yes, broadcasting on those 2 channels. And broadcasting on my private Facebook, which is the Ministry of Numerovation. Yes. As you can see, the title is in full form. Title's in full form. Dealing with healing is self-revealing. Now, today's birthday shout out is, today is Snoop Dogg's birthday. Happy birthday to Snoop Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg. And today is Luciano, reggae artist Luciano's birthday. Happy birthday, Luciano, who I've met Snoop Dogg. I've met Snoop Dogg before, but I never really talked to him on that level. But I definitely have worked with the reggae artist Luciano. Happy birthday to him. And today happens to be your vice president. Notice I said your vice president, Kamala Harris. Today is her birthday also. And anybody else of ASAP Ferg birthday. And today is also, let me see, Roberto Rodriguez birthday also. But let's see, of course, we got Luciano, we got Snoop Dogg, and we got Kamala Harris, your vice president. Hope everybody is doing well. People that are watching me on Instagram and on YouTube, welcome. Broadcasting this on both. And if you do want to book a session with me, or you want to do the 10 minutes and 10 seconds, please text and specify that you want just a pre-recording or you want to do a direct session. Want to say big up to Lloyd Strayhorn, who was on Brother Rich's show yesterday. Great job as usual. I wasn't able to make it on that show because I was doing my own show that day. But and look out for Brother Rich on Lloyd Strayhorn's show on the 26th. That should be very interesting. We'll see if I can make a surprise appearance on that show. Also, I want to thank the Arisha Mack and Kesia Jones for blessing my platform yesterday, which everybody that comes on my platform is a blessing. Anyone that allow me to interview them is a blessing, because I'm not really controversial like that. I'm not there to disrespect anybody in any way. Anyone that I allow to be on my platform, it's a blessing, because it's an exchanging of information. We're all learning here. That's why in my courses, I don't call myself your teacher, or I don't call you a student. I call you a participant, because in reality, we are participating in each other's learning, each other's experience. Even when you're in relationship, you're participating in the energy of that person, whether it lasts for a long time, whether you're in it to win it until death do you part, whether you are doing a one night stand. It's a participation of energy. And we are here to learn each other, even in the one night stand. I've learned a lot in a one night stand. Sometimes you learn that you've taken on another person's energy just by that one night stand. And whether it was helpful to you or not, you're going to get the lessons, or the hard lessons, or the rough lessons, or the easy lessons of it. Why you should have done it and why you shouldn't have done it. Why it was necessary to be done, because many out there have done one night stands, or many out there have done the long-term stay. And the thing that I've learned over the years is that no one belongs to anyone. No one belongs to you. I don't, my wife and my husband and we like to hold on to claims. And I had to grow out of claiming who that person is. You only do that to put a protective barrier over them, an imaginary protective barrier over them, to let people know that this is yours in some sense, or this is mine in some sense. But at the end of the day, if we drop out tomorrow, or if we pass on, it's all gone. It's done. That's done. But what is definitely for sure is that we are all connected to this divine universal energy, no matter what you call him or her in your own perspective, ways of life, or spirituality. And we are all connected. Everybody you've seen, everybody you've dealt with, everybody you interacted with, you're having some form of interaction, interdependent action. And some of the people you come encounter with, you're dealing with their healing, and it is self-revealing, but dealing with your own healing is also self-revealing, because we stake claims on everything. We can claim our books, we can claim our food, we can claim whatever we want to claim. But at the end of the day, if you really check it out, nothing is ours. It's all, it's everybody, it's all, everyone it's connected to. It's just you just want to secure your relationship with that person or that thing. That's all that is. When you're claiming that's my husband, or that's my king, or that's my queen, you just, and I think I'm over that. Although I might play the game of it, because it's a game. It's really a game. It's really an illusion. It's really an illusion. And I had to learn that over years, because I've been in the midst of multiple women, just like multiple women have been in the midst of multiple men. And I've seen people claim to love each other, and then on the next end, after something go wrong, they hate that person. So what was all that love about? What was all that word play you was playing with? Saying I love you, and I love this, and I love that, and I love this about you. I guess that's always to build the morale of each other, to find out. But love, and don't get me wrong, love is a powerful word. Love is a powerful frequency. So is the word hate. Hate is a powerful frequency. Hate and love are two sides of the spectrum, but they're one and the same, because you can go from one level of love all the way to the next level of hate. It's just that one can be both of them can be detrimental. Both of them can be very detrimental. Love and hate. That's why Radio Raheem used to have on his hand, love and hate. May he rest in peace. Love and hate on his fingers, and my topic today is dealing with healing is self-revealing. So I said that last part is because love and hate exist within all of us. And some might call it positive and negative. Some might call it high and low. Some might call it hot temperature and low temperature, cold temperature. There's always a duality in whatever we do. But this particular topic today, and again, I'm not the is all or be all in this information. I'm just trying to share what I've learned from my perspective, that possess nothing and have everything is an old saying. Possess nothing and have everything. Now, out of respect, you want to show respect to the one that you claim to be with, so you can develop that camaraderie and that love, because love is earned. Love is earned. And so is hate in a certain perspective. Love is earned and so is hate. And some people earn people's hate because of what's been done to them, what has happened to that person, or what happened to that woman or that man. Some people earn hate. Some people have earned love, but both of them are different levels of earning. You have to earn these things. So when people say to me, per se, that they hate my smile, okay, but did I earn that hate? And what I mean by did I earn that hate, when people say they hate your smile or hate how you carry yourself, or hate it, did I earn that hate? Did I smile in your face while I was smacking your mother? Or did I smile in your face while I was hurting you and devastating your family? Did I smile in your face and just disrespected you? That hate is earned. Love is earned also. What makes a child end up loving a mother or a father? Is it by the things we do or how we show affection and all that? That's an earned thing, because no child don't even understand the word love or hate until it is developed into them. But we use these words to convey a message or convey a feeling. I talk about it briefly in my book, Numerovational for Mental Stability, about these different things that we use. But I was trying to drive to a point in that book about it. But many of us are out there going to my point, because it deals with love and hate and all that. Love of yourself, hate of yourself, developing a love for yourself and relinquishing the hate of yourself, or using what you hate about yourself, the negative of what you hate about yourself, to heal from those past, quote unquote, lessons, or what people call traumas, or what some people might dub as curse. And I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram. So those are for those that are on YouTube and Instagram. I'm on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And I'm only going to be up here for a little bit because I do have sessions that I got today. But the topic that I'm dealing with, and today is October 20th, 2022, and it adds up to a number 9, which is one of the completion cycle of this particular week, number 9. Very good time for all of us to think on a higher level when it comes to the 9 frequency that 10, 20, 22 adds up to. Thinking on a higher, completed, or getting ready to take certain things to another level. This is a good day to really either remove, detox, and recall where you need to go, as we're going to start off another 1 through 9 cycle starting tomorrow. And either, like I've always said, you can either spiral up, spiral down, or maintain your complacent, be comfortable where you're at. And again, like I said, I'm broadcasting on my YouTube channel also. Numbers are simple. Those who don't know that channel, you could also go to that channel. Numbers are simple. People are complicated is the name of the book, but this is Numbers Are Simple. And I'm here preparing for a session showing you that I can multitask also. Showing you that I can multitask also. But again, the subject, and why I'm dealing with dealing with healing is self-revealing, is because the day that we're on is a number 20, and 20 in compound numerology is one of the healing numbers, but it's an extreme healing. It's the extremity because the zero's behind it, but also it is a number of awareness on multiple levels of who and what you are and what you need to accomplish. So the number 20, if used appropriately, and let me share something out of my book first. Stop playing. What I say about the number 20, because today is the 20th of October. And when you add the 2, the 10, and the 20, it adds up to 30. Yesterday, Brother Rich did a interview with my brother Lloyd Strayhorn, one of my dear teachers. And of course, he broke down why it leads to 7. And of course, when Dr. B. Sirius was on there, he broke down the 20 and 23 leading to the 7. But if you look at it from a holistic perspective, 20 and 23 are very significant numbers in the numerical paradigm. 20 and 23, because we keep on saying, going to be next year, like we're saying 2022, we keep on going to say 2023. And there are 2 distinguished numbers in compound numerology, and it's in my book. So where 20 in my book is the symbol of divine awakening and clear judgment, without a shadow of a doubt, as we've entered the years of the 2000, there's been a divine awakening. There's been a clear judgment. You know what I'm saying? So in studying and seeing the holistic energies of the 2 numbers that it makes up, 2023. Before we get to 7 is the complete equation of the number. But looking at 20, 23, looking at 2, 0, 2, 3, all of them have their meaning, and all of them is taking us to a vibration of understanding, if we're really willing to look at it, and helping us to understand what we need to do with it. Understand if we really look at it, but help us to understand and understand if we really take it upon ourselves to apply it and move with it. So 20 in compound numerology is divine awakening and clear judgment. And then 23 is the symbol of the royal star of the lion or the lioness. In order for us, because 20 is the leading number going into next year, the first order of the day is divine awakening and clear judgment. And in order for you to become the royal lion of the lioness, you have to be divinely awakened and have clear discernment and judgment of where you need to go. What is the definitive move? Because the 20 represents you're awake now. We're awakening on multiple levels. And if we're awakening on multiple levels, in 2023, because 23 is the royal lion or the royal star of the lion and lioness, in order for us to be that royal star, lion and lioness, both male and female, we have to pay attention to what we're awakening to and what we're judging, and judge with clear and be of discernment of where we need to go and how we need to do things in 2023, because it leads to the number 7, which deals with research, study. And then if you checked out what and caught what Dr. B. Sirius said on the clip that I put up, and what he said on Brother Rich, he said 7 represents the G. And I say, yes, that's correct, especially in the Pythagorean system. But it not only represents the G, it represents the Y, which the G represents what he come. The G represents the God spiral, the God frequency. That's what he was coming to. And of course, Dr. B. Sirius was breaking down, must have broken down more in the class. But then you have G, P, and Y in the numerical sense. And when you go into my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, I talk about the G, P, and Y under the Pythagorean system of the number 7. And I talk about the O and the Z in the Chaldean system, because those represents the number, that represents the 7 also, but that represents 7 from the old Chaldean system, an older system, much older, probably 1,000 or more years older than the Pythagorean system. So if that's the case, if we're gonna look at letters and look at numbers, then we have to, we can't just pay attention to the G. We got to pay attention to the G, P, Y in the Pythagorean, and we got to pay attention to the O and the Z, which is Oz, the Wizards of Oz. I go towards Oz a little bit more because I know in a 7 personal year or a 7 universal year, 2 plus 0 plus 23 equals 7 that we're going into there. That Oz, if you remember the Wizard of Oz, and because O and Z is equivalent to the number 7 in the Chaldean system, which is a much older mystical system than the Pythagorean system. Let me read what I said about the 2 letters Oz in my book. I said, these symbols are connected to the vibrational meaning of 7 at different levels. The positive of the O and the Z is that anything connected to the O and Z, which equates to the number 7, one of the positive words is articulate, honorable, intuitive, resourceful, and investigative. So in a number 7 year, we must learn to articulate what we're downloading and uploading from our spiritual energy. We have to be honorable in what we're downloading and what we're uploading in that 7 year. We have to be intuitive, and we have to be resourceful, and we have to investigate, because 7 is an investigative researching number. And it's not only about the external investigation, but purely investigating what your spirit is being compelled to do in a 7 year cycle. Dealing with the Oz. The negative of the letters Oz is overbearing, conceitedness, stubbornness, insensitive, and deceptive. And of course, there's more on positive and negative. I just wanted to keep it simple. So when these numbers come out, and when the letters connected to these numbers come out, you got to look at also the interpretation, so you don't go down the area of the lesser frequency, which is being stubborn, insensitive, deceptive, overbearing, and conceited, which can lead to narcissism and all that kind of stuff. So this year, you got to pay attention, because it's a number. It's a number of deception coming into 2023. This is the number of deception that's coming in. But this particular meaning and vibration is also reminding you that in order for you not to be deceived or be deceptive yourself, you got to do your own due diligence of research and investigation as we're going into 2023, because we're already in the quote unquote sneak peek months of what is the theme of next year. Now, I have it also on the Pythagorean system. The G, P, and Y. That's why the great Dr. B. Sirius mentioned the G, because G in the system of numerology is the 7th number. The P is the 16th number, and the Y is the 25th number. So each one of those numbers equate to the number 7. It's just that G is in the Pythagorean is a direct link to the 7, So recognizing the spiral of that G is very important, why Dr. B. Sirius mentioned that on Brother Richard's show and why he taught it in his class, and much more he had to offer. But GPY, these letters, as I say in my book, are also connected to the number 7 at different levels. 7, 16, and 25. 1 plus 6 equals 7. 2 plus 5 equals 7. The positive from the Pythagorean system now, the positive of those letters is being analytical, introspective, intuitive. Those are the 3 positive. The 3 negative is antisocial, sarcastic, and suppressive. Antisocial, sarcastic, and suppressive. So next year in the negative, you got to be very careful of them promoting us not being sociable by whatever means they might throw out. Just like how they made it their business in the last couple of years to keep us all in the house and keep us away from family and keep us away from this and keep us away from the streets and antisocial energy. Be very careful of the antisocial. Be very careful of being sarcastic in a 7-year cycle. And be very careful of being suppressed or being suppressive in a number 7-year cycle. Analyze is the first thing I put up there. Introspective. Be willing to look within and introspect who and what you are and what you need to do going into the 7-year cycle. Going in 2023, and intuition. Paying attention to your intuition is going to be very important. And if you notice, I mentioned the Pythagorean system, the GPY, and the Chaldean system, which is Oz. Remember, in the movie The Wizard of Oz, he was behind a curtain having the puppet act. So whatever's going on in the number 7 years, pay attention that they don't try to present the puppet act like they're already doing by using people like Ye. That the puppet is coming out. And I told y'all in my Kanye breakdown about the cycles he's in, I said, he's a Gemini. He's like a rye bread and ham. You know, the ham is bad for us, but the rye is good. Or he might be a spelt bread and ham. Spelt is good, but that ham, come on, it may taste good when they season it up and do what they do with it, but it ain't good for your system at all. When that worms get into your system and start to eat out, I told y'all, and I said that he was a distraction for something else, and it's coming out within the sneak peek months before the number 7. Remember, those who haven't studied me or checked me or Lloyd out, the sneak peek months start September, October, November, December. And what do I mean by sneak peek months? What do we mean by sneak peek months? It means that those months reveal what is going to be the theme of next year. And just like I said about the letter Oz, which is equated to the number 7 in the Chaldean system, positive, articulate, honorable, intuitive, resourceful, and investigative. But the negative is being overbearing, conceited, stubborn, insensitive, and deceptive. Those are the themes of next year also, both positive and negative. Of course, there's more, but you got to be willing to add on. Add on. So, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And this is coming out of my book, Numerovational for Mental Stability. This is just coming out. And because I tell people to read my book and be able to apply it to every number and be able to convert every number to what's going on in the cycles, in the daily cycles, in the monthly cycles, in the yearly cycles, but recognize, so I'm tapping into just the letters alone. I went into the GPY, which is 7 on different levels, and the OZ. And like I said earlier, those that are coming in, because we're dealing with healing we're dealing with healing is self-revealing. And I'm only doing this because the number 20 day is a healing number, which is reminding you to be aware. Today is the 20th of October, and to be discerning and be of clear judgment of who you deal with, and also recognizing and be discerning and of clear judgment with yourself. It's a good time. Universally, it's a number 9 day. So it's a detoxification day, a higher learning day, a higher level day. And next year is going to be favorable, both positive and negative, for those born on the 7th, the 16th, and the 25th of the month, and those connected to the sign of Cancer. And in a minor way, Pisces, but definitely that sign of Cancers. And also paying attention to water signs. That next year is going to be very important also, because 7 is a water energy. But like I said earlier, also look at the 20 and the 23. And if 20 is the number of divine awakening and discernment and judgment, and 23 is that royal lion or lioness, you have to have divine awareness, and you have to have divine judgment and internal understanding and judgment of what you need to do and how you need to move forward. And then 23, in order for you to be the royal lion and lioness that rules your own kingdom or queendom, and be willing to investigate, because it adds up to a number 7. Be willing to meditate and be willing to manifest. So we're going into a good year frequency. And also, the number 7 year is good for people that's born under the number 2, because 7 and 2 are two opposition numbers, or let me not say opposition numbers, let's say complementary numbers that can work together, but it's predominantly stronger for the number 7 because it adds up to the number 7. So people, water numbers, water signs should pay attention to the number 7 frequency, but it's definitely about your intuition and paying attention to your God power, your energy, your divine goddess energy and power, and being, and even with who you deal with, be willing to meditate with that partner in the number 7 years. Be willing to do the spiritual walks, the spiritual baths. This morning I got up and took a nice little spiritual bath. You know, I woke up and took a nice spiritual bath. And I don't need to be in the bath for that long and do a whole bunch of ish. Some people do need to do that, and I respect that. If you got to soak and do all kinds of stuff, usually, like Phil Valentine said, who's also a number 7, he said, you know, sometimes you just got to learn how to empty the chatter in your mouth, in your mind fast, and then resonate on that energy. And I was able to, after the water stopped, after I turned off the water, because I'm a person that when I lay down in my own house, whatever house, especially when I'm comfortable and I'm set into this house, I can hear the pipes in the house. I can hear damn near the creepy crawly things that might be on side or outside of the house. I remember in it laying down and hearing something in the backyard. And I'm in the front. I'm in the front of the house. The backyard way on the other side. But my spirit heard something, and I was laying there, had my sleep mask on, and I got up, walked to the back. My spirit just led me, and there was deers outside. So I know I heard something. So my spirit become one with whatever house that I'm in. Although I have my little booby traps that can be very detrimental to people if they come in the house. I'm very in tune before I lay down, because I actually take the time to become in tune with whatever environment that I'm in at my house, and especially if it's family's house or friend's house and the places that I reside. So in this coming year, we got to learn to do that. You got to learn to do those deep things. And if you're in a partnership or you're developing a partnership this coming year in a 7-year cycle, it's not about chasing the partner, but just become what you want to attract in your life. And don't be over exaggerated. Don't be silly with it, because the person that you may attract might not even look like the person that you was taught to say that might be your person. I remember knowing a friend of mine years ago, and the brother that she ended up being with, I never imagined her to be with him. And it's not somebody that I wanted to be with, but I never imagined her being with that guy. Because we as men and women assume that people have a certain taste because they look a certain way. Oh man. Some people assume, and when I look how beautiful and how mentally astute she was, and then she's with the brother, and he's not a bad brother. It's just that I did not, because of my club mindset, and we coming out of jiggling booties and fine ass and men looking good for women and everybody dressing up, the illusion of the nightclub and the discotheque and all that kind of stuff. Some of us think that a sister or a brother will not get with somebody that I won't call ugly, but that's just not, you would never think that's up to par with that person. And when and that just goes to show you, when you're dealing with healing, it is self-revealing, because obviously that beautiful sister been through so much that this brother was able to come in and help her and assist her with her healing, which is self-revealing of who she is, because she chose somebody, and vice versa for him also, because he pulled in a beautiful specimen of a woman, because that means his inner spirit is good. And they've been together for almost 15 years now, married. So dealing with healing is self-revealing, is that you can't judge the package that God put you in. Don't judge the package that God put another person in, or that creative put another person in. Don't judge that person, because they might be a good spirit inside, but they might have been, their body might have been or destroyed, or pained, or discombobulated in some way. Their face might be twisted and all that kind of stuff, but their spirit might be very good. And that's why that brother was able to attract that beautiful sister, because his spirit is a good spirit. And they're still together to this day. Beautiful sister. And I've attracted very beautiful women in my life. And I wouldn't call myself no Tyson Beckford and no Denzel Washington. That's the illusion they put out there. But my spirit is very good. My mother has told me that for years. And it's just that you get clouded because you're going through the madness. You're doing club life. You're doing the madness. I've done the madness. I've done the womanizing. Yes. But I still have a gift that can pull people and pull energies towards me. And then I reveal my true self to those that I trust. That's why, and as much as people used to dog out my brethren Shabba Ranks, and people used to dog out the look of Shaka Zulu, the package that person had was not the package that European society promoted. The Shabba Rank look. But I've been to Shabba shows and women is like this to Shabba. I've been to Shabba shows. And his voice and his spirit pulls you in. Bedroom bully, me a bedroom bully. That pulls you in. And I've heard women on the side, boy, I'm ugly, but boy, I'm not look good, but boy, I'm not look nice, but I'm in the show hearing these women, but they going for Shabba. Shabba, him there. So you can't judge a man or woman by the package they have, but by the very spirit they exude is what you got to judge them by. And that's what pulls a person in. So the dealing with healing is self-revealing, even in the partners that you pull towards you. Even in the partners that you pull. And when you meet Shabba, you think Shabba had a whole bunch of women and a whole bunch of children. No, Shabba had probably 2 to 3. He's been married for the last 20-something years. And he's putting those children through college. Ninja Man has over so many pick-me. Ninja Man don't look like it, but Ninja Man voice and his magnetism pulls that women in. got the Don Goggin, gutty teeth, stinking. I mean, they used to call themselves all kinds of stuff, but women loved them. Yo, I said, what? I said to myself, I said, Lord have mercy, look fun. And I've worked with both of those brothers in the reggae community. You know what I'm saying? So the packages that European, like the Ralph Lauren and all of them put out, when they put out the Tyson Beckford with that whole look, and they put out this person and that person, and, you know, respect to Tyson Beckford, beautiful brother, beautiful brother. He's part of my family in sense that we are from the Beckford family on my mother's side. But I'm just saying that in the modeling industry, they put out these women and these men that is supposed to be the epitome of beauty. The epitome of beauty. That's what they look. That's why the Ralph Lauren's, the Polos used to put up. And then they had Tyson Beckford that came with a thug look, with the handsome look with it. And he just stood there and, you know, with his Chinese chinky like eyes, and women loved that stuff. But that was that era. Then you had your Boris, what's the name? Boris Karloff, Boris Kuju, and all that. They had that look. Then they started making it lighter, and then they get to dark, and then they made Michael Jordan. They made all that. The society puts those images out for you to gravitate to. But sometimes most of us, men and women, lose out on who is really here to heal you and who is really here to help reveal who you are. And so you might deal with one of these very handsome brothers, and they dogged you out, effed you around. And all of a sudden, you can't trust none of them, and you can't trust no man and all that. And then we deal with beautiful women, and they dog you out and F you around. Vice versa, all of this. And then, quote unquote, not too beautiful women and not too handsome men, they just do the same thing, trying to follow the Joneses, or follow the perception of what's going on in the society. You know, the whole Atlanta's housewife and the whole argument and the drama and all this, and you got to look this way, your hair got to be straight, and your man got to look this, and plus your beard has to be this way and all that. Let me tell you something. I've had women come up to me and say, "Oh, Simon, you should grow your beard." Again, you're putting something on me that I choose not to do. It's just like me putting on something on you and telling you what you should wear that you don't want to wear and what you don't want to do. That. Don't do that to other people. That is not their healing journey at that time. They don't want to wear a beard. And I don't choose to wear a beard. If you want to see a picture of me with a beard, I have a few of them up there. And I look quite good with a beard. I got no problems with the beard look. I choose to stay with the ritual, because it's the ritual of shaving is healing to me. The whole thing, I've watched my grandfathers and my uncles who were in business and own their own business and do. The only one that didn't, it was my uncle, my uncle Curly, who always he was just rough and rugged. He was just rough. He had his beard and he always had that whole look, and he looked like Michael Jai White body wise, but he was darker. My uncle. He looked just. Michael Jai White looks just like my uncle, but my uncle was darker than me. And he was like one of the darkest ones in the family, like I was. So when you look at when you see my uncle, his smile, everything, but he had his own problems. He had his own healing he had to do. To the point, whatever caught up with him, he got killed. Something caught up with him. I'm not going to discuss that here. But before I finish, because I do have to get ready for my sessions, family. I ain't playing with this. I do have to get ready for my sessions. Again, dealing with healing is self-revealing. As you are healing and on your healing journey, what is being revealed about you? Some of you want to be to yourself. Some of you, if you get into a relationship, you might want your own room and then create a meditative love-making room or whatever. You want your man to have his own space and you have your own space. You want to, whatever it is, it's your healing that you have to deal with that's going to be self-revealing in the long run. And like Ian Levanzant said, we might not all heal all the way, but it's how you manage it, how you manage a lot of that stuff. how you manage your growth and your healing in this realm. Remember, in the beginning is you, in the middle is you, in the end is you, and you can only deal with you at the end. So really look in the mirror of yourself, especially going into the 7 year, because 7 is an introspective. It's a self-realization year too. Overall, the 7 year cycle is a self-realization year. And because 20 is there, it's the awakening number and the discernment and judgment number, being of clear judgment and being clearly awakened. And the 23 is that's the royal star of the lion or the lioness. That after you've done the necessary work, then your royal lioness and your lion will shine going forward, because right now we're still in the crossroad years. The crossroad year is 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 is the last crossroad year we're going into. Crossroad only means cross the road. Stop being in between. Make your decision to be your greatest self. Make your decision to be your most healing self. Make the decision to do the necessary work for your self-revelations to be its highest. Because yes, you might go through the vomit, you might go through the disgust, you might go to the devastation of your negative side, but it's really about taking those shadow sides and those darkest moments and bringing the light out of them. Bring the light out of them. Because there is light in the darkness, just like there's darkness in the light. There's shadows in the light, just like there's light in some of the darkness that might be identified by stars and supernovas and sunlight and whatever. But you got to find your healing and what it reveals about you. Keep on doing the work. That's all I'm telling you to do. Keep on, keep on doing the work. As I close out, remember, family, log on to my YouTube channel. I have 2 YouTube channels. Those that are just tuning in, I have 2 YouTube channels. You can actually go to King Simon Presents Only Quality People on YouTube. You can actually go to Numbers Are Simple. Numbers, the letter R, Simple on YouTube. Or you can go to my IG and go straight to my Linktree, and it'll take you to all my links. The Linktree is also going to be in the description of this video, but I definitely want to put it up there. Let me put my Linktree up, because I'm also on YouTube right now. Let me put my Linktree up right now on my YouTube channel so people can see my Linktree. I can go straight to it. All of you, I'm gonna show it to all of you as we pull this back. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You're welcome for the message. It just came through me after my spiritual bath. I'm on YouTube, but that's my Linktree, family. That is my Linktree right there. Linktree / King Simon the Numerovator. That's Linktree / King Simon the Numerovator. Thank you very much, family, for being your greatest and wisest self and listening to this message coming from my perspective. There's more, of course, with dealing with healing is revealing. There's more to it, of course, and everybody got their own angles. So I respect all of the angles and all the people that are teaching and all the people that are doing what they're doing to help make this world a better place. All right. So be safe, be focused, be structured, be healing, and take care of yourself and stay strong. And don't forget, also on my Linktree, there's my events and everything going on. All my websites is on my Linktree. My book sale, all my books is on Linktree. All of that is up on my Linktree. I am out of here, family. And of course, I got to run down my last commercials. Okay. Let me run down my last commercials, and we're going to do it just like this.
Blood in, blood out, that's the culture. Haters cause it ain't us, that's them vultures. It was all good when we was soldiers, but when we asked for that land that they owed us, blood in, blood